Hey Uprisers, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle K. Hanabusa and I am the founder and creative director for a community-driven streetwear brand called We Are Uprisers. And we focus on amplifying impactful and authentic stories of activists, trendsetters, and people who we like to call warriors of change in order to mobilize and transform our communities. Today I have another opportunity where I have to film myself and talk about Uprisers and the different offerings that we have during our holiday season. And this is for Buzzfeed Marketplace. I had the opportunity to participate in their marketplace last year, and a lot of their employees and their staff came through to learn about Uprisers, and a lot of them supported as well, which is such a cool opportunity. And I want to share with you what that looked like last year. And of course, this year we won't be able to do the same, but I think it's awesome that BuzzFeed and their staffers want to support small business. So they're still hosting a BuzzFeed marketplace and Uprisers gets to be a part of it. And so I just got a one-sheeter with instructions of different types of video content that they need in order to stitch up a video. Well, before I get into that, I do want to let you know that this setup right now, how the camera is kind of a little bit lower on the horizon where my eyes are, is not the best trick. And the reason why it's not properly set up is because I'm going to show you the tool that I use in order to kind of create more of that elevated look. So this is the look that you don't want to achieve, and an angle that I am guilty of doing because sometimes one, I'm just a little bit too lazy, two, I actually didn't have the right tools to begin with, right? It was all a learning curve for me throughout this pandemic. I just want to share with you simple tips that I found extremely useful. But before I get into these 3 tips and tricks, I had an opportunity to interview for a pretty large media outlet, and I can't really mention who that is yet, but I can share with you some behind the scenes of what went down. I spent some time Zoom calling with their team in order to set up the proper lights. They actually sent me a couple iPhones for one audio and then the actual video recording of the interview. Just reformatting this room right here in order for the atmosphere here to be essentially camera ready. So that was a really interesting and awesome experience. And today I am going to take this opportunity to share with you some of those behind the scenes of this really simple setup, because I do have some of these tools that I'm going to use and I want to share with you how to set that up. If you are looking to start your own vlog, you just want to document your day in the life, or even just a simple Zoom call for work, right? And you want to look a little bit more professional and not have the camera looking up your nose the whole time you're talking. Hopefully these 3 things will help you get started. 1, this thing. Yeah, it doesn't look so fancy, but you know what? It works. Why do I like this? Well, 1, it's portable. It allows me to kind of travel with it. I definitely used it when I was out in New York a few months ago, and we were out there for over a month. I knew I still had to film for various things, and this gave me the opportunity to set up my iPhone properly. I really like this because of the clip here. So as long as you're able to find a surface that you can clip it on, like this, I'm able to adjust it however I want, if I want it vertical, if I want it horizontal. And then with this USB plug-in, I'm all over the place today, with this USB plug-in, it turns on this light. And I think it's cool because it also gives you a levels option to make it brighter or less bright. And then you can switch through various different lighting. So if you want a warmer tone, a cooler tone, or a mixture of that. I think I spent maybe 20 bucks on this thing. I'll link this below if I can find it again. I forget where I bought it. It helped me because when I was being interviewed by ABC 7, that interview, which is probably still roaming around on the internet right now, was like this as I was talking. And that was a huge wake-up call for me to be like, oh shit, I do not want people looking out my nose the entire time. It just doesn't look right. I want to look a little bit more professional. So this is not good, right? You want your camera to start looking like this, right? From here to here, here to here. When you use this tool that I just shared with you, adjust it, slightly, and then you'll see the difference. I just clipped it on. I am now going to clip my iPhone on here. You know, if you're doing an IG live or something and you want to do a vertical, this is kind of a good place. But now I'm gonna flip it this way because of course I am filming my vlog right now. So now it feels pretty secure. I'm not gonna turn on the light because I'm just using the natural light right now from the day. You can kind of see what it looks like now. Looks a little bit better, right? So there, you're not looking at my nose, you're not looking down, so it's not a weird angle on your face. And if you do shine the light, it'll kind of come from here. Tip number 2. If you are planning to vlog and you want to share some tutorials, how-tos, and you're gonna do a lot of voiceover, of course you can just talk to the camera and extract the audio from there. But I don't necessarily think that the iPhone to essentially cancel out all of the noise that's happening. You know, I'm in downtown right now, so there's a lot of street noise, bus noises, honk, helicopters. You know, my boyfriend's cooking to my right. You can probably hear that. If you really want to focus in on the voice, the audio that you are trying to record, I recommend getting something like this. You can hide all of your rulers, your different markers, all that kind of stuff. It's a pretty good size. I really like this. And again, there's a USB insert right here so that you're able to plug this in to your laptop or however you are trying to record it. I use GarageBand, and there's different functions right here. So again, as a beginner, I think this is a really great tool to have if you are showing tutorials, how-tos, you're trying to overlay any of your voice over the visuals that you're capturing. So yeah, I definitely recommend this. I think this is a really, really great tool to have. Tip number 3, recording video off of your iPhone. And if you don't have a professional camera and you're using your iPhone, I do want to stress something that I've learned from my videographer, Saul Lopez, who is a professional content creator, videographer, photographer. He shoots and edits all of our stuff for Uprisers. Something that he really stresses that I do as well are certain settings that you want to set on your iPhone. And this is really important to address to not only yourself if you're filming off of your iPhone, but if you're working on a project or you're getting a bunch of other people involved and they are going to have to film something as well, and the only equipment that they have is an iPhone. These types of settings is so key for everyone to be aligned and recording at the same setting. You want to film at 24 FPS at either 4K or 1080p. In order to do that, you want to go to your iPhone, then settings, camera, record video, and select 4K at 24 FPS or 1080p at 30 FPS. Whatever that works for you, but if you are getting other people involved and they are filming with their iPhones, make sure that you are all aligned with your video recording settings. Those 3 are my tips for today. I hope that helps and gives you some sort of introduction in order to properly set up your iPhone, your framing, right? And voiceover tools for your next project. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below. If you like the type of content that I'm producing, subscribe, like, comment, do all that stuff, show some love. I will appreciate you forever, and I will see you next week, Uprisers. Let's continue to fight the good fight.